Thorpe Park seemed to be removing a somewhat major area of the park, and it's come as a surprise to us all. The UK's next huge dark ride opening next year has had some of its scenes and the ride system revealed, and I have a small update on another new ride opening next year and how that's coming along. Of course, going by the name Ripsaw, intoxicator. Either way, all that and more has happened this past week in theme parks. Yes, we are back again for another episode of this weekly series, or other than weekly series, it's also been named by no one as the best series in the world. And last week we had so much to talk about regarding the new coaster coming to Chessington and all the other stuff they've got planned. But this time, there's a lot more varied things happening across the board at all the different theme parks, so be sure to watch till the end so you don't miss anything. And if you are new around here, then please be sure to subscribe to the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. Well then, there is so much to see and do within the world of theme parks this past week. Yeah, and I'm going to start it off with where we usually started probably about a month or two ago in every single bloody episode. And that is with an update on Project Ocean, or Intoxicator as it might be called. But here is a little construction update for you. The rain that day was absolutely horrendous, so it does look a little bit like an ocean. I'm glad the weather decided to fit the project name. But as you can see, the main thing to look at is, of course, the more and more concrete that has gone in. Because the last time I updated you on this, it was probably just a couple of pillars and maybe like a slight cage structure left. And now, as you can see from these videos and photos, it is completely bridged over. And I'm pretty sure that is the concrete tunnel or foundation of the flat ride complete. Alongside that, along the fence down near Bunker 94, they've sort of extended that outwards for some reason. And also, the people constructing this project have put a massive sign up with their logo because they know so many people are taking photos of it. I'm not too sure on the time frame, but we are probably reaching that 15 weeks construction period being complete now. And considering before we knew about that construction period, we thought it would open this year, I could tell you, it's probably not going to open this year. Although something that does need to open is Hex. Still have no idea on when that's reopening. I really hope it opens soon. But whilst we're on the topic of things opening and closing and whatever else they want to do, I may as well return to my good old buddy, the maintenance page. Because over at Alton Towers, of course, Octonauts was supposed to be shut for the majority of September, and luckily, because I've been praying every night, someone must have listened to me, because Octonauts is no longer closed and they actually had the refurbishment done in a matter of days rather than a whole month. Oblivion is now dead. Not too sure what's happened to that. And over at Thorpe Park, we're actually in the sort of maintenance phase of Hyperia being completely closed. That means I won't be going to Thorpe Park anytime soon. So the ride has been shut the past couple days and there's a few more to come. So yeah, that's your maintenance update on this past week in maintenance schedules. But tell you what doesn't require maintenance, because it's not even fully built yet, the UK's next brand new dark ride coming to a theme park in the south next year. And if you haven't been keeping up with this series or on this channel, then you might not know anything about this dark ride, but pretty much Thorpe Park are going to be opening a brand new ride called Ghostly Manor, and it is a complete redo of the inside of the 4D cinema. And no, they are not just replacing the film, they're ripping it all out. We could have had another Ready Player One instance, and I wouldn't want that. But at the IAAPA convention over in Amsterdam, some of the Thorpe Park team were actually there and they were discussing the brand new dark ride and what it will look like on the inside and the ride system it's going to use. And because this is a convention, all the photos I'm about to show you will have someone in front of the screen talking about something, so there's not just a random guy standing in every photo. They're there for a reason, just think that's me talking, okay? The first slide shows the brand new blasters we're going to be able to use on this ride, and as you can see, they look quite cute. Look at those little things. It's going to be a ride into the heart of the mystery. You can see like all these like green smoky type things with a ghost outside and the chandelier swinging and the man's changed at the bottom. In the distance there we can see paintings, scene 1, so I assume that'll be scene 1, and you might shoot all the paintings and ghosts come out of them and stuff, and that does look really, really cool. But the most exciting part is the images of the inside of this ride and how it will look from the exterior if you just took the ride layout. So it is in a circular sort of dimension here, and as you can see, you get on right at the top, and you may think, how the hell do you end up on the inside section when you're just going to be rotating around the outside? Well, that's where this gameplay theatre video from Lagotronics Projects comes in, because as you can see from this video, it is an exact animation of what we just saw in the Ghostly Manor concepts. And we will get a close-up view, but as you can see the ride cars spinning round and making a wall on the other side, and that's where you see the scene, and you sort of stop and would shoot at everything, and then eventually you would stop there, spin round, and go into another scene. And I think that concept is amazing, because not only is it very sort of unique and different, but for somewhere like Paulton's Park, this is going to be so compact and such a good ride that it's perfect for them. Now, the video only does give like a minute snippet of what's happening, but yeah, you'll sort of flip round through the walls and see someone else as you pass by, and then go into another scene behind you, and then enter one from in front and the inside. It's confusing as hell, but at the same time, I love it. Very excited for the UK's potential best dark ride, if it really is themed that well. And another thing I'm excited for, and I don't know whether I should be or shouldn't be because it's not fully confirmed yet, is a heavily speculated removal of an area at Thorpe Park. Now, you may think you are clutching at straws. First you said Rumba Rapids was going to close, and then they added winter maintenance onto it. So what are you yapping about this time? Well, pretty much, as we know, there is a lot of Fright Nights construction going on right now. They've got their new maze Dead Beat, which I think is going to be pretty dead beat. No, it looks decent, and then there's going to be a few other things being built as well. But outside of Dead Beat, not only are they putting up the sort of banner for the entrance, rest in peace Black Mirror. Actually, no, don't rest in peace, I hate you. But also they have put up loads of different posters and stuff as you are entering the sort of nightclub theme that it is. And shout out to Thorpe Guide for noticing this, but there's a clear poster that is huge, one of the biggest on that wall, and it reads The Final Beach Party, and as much as you can't really see it, on that surfboard it says Amity Beach. Now obviously this may be hearsay and here do. What does that even mean? This might just be a funny little thing like, oh, final beach party, let's get them speculating. Well, they've actually started digging up stuff on Amity Beach. So I don't know what that's about. Sort of looks like ground testing, but I might be completely wrong. And obviously with Amity Beach being a seasonal attraction, it's actually been closed since the 9th of September. And as much as it does say on the maintenance page that it's a seasonal attraction, obviously Rumba Rapids closed for winter maintenance, and they haven't put anything like that on Amity Beach. It just does seem very strange that it says The Final Beach Party and they're doing some groundwork on it. Could next year, 2025, be the final year of Amity Beach? I definitely think next year could be the final year of it, and then in the years after, they replace it with something brand new. And much like the Rumba Rapids video, we're going to speculate on what could go here, and then lo and behold, they'll update the website to say it's never leaving. The first option they could do is completely refurbishing the beach and actually adding some new like water slides or whatever onto it, because they used to have wet, but now it is gone. So they could refurbish it and add some of them back, and also sort of make the beach look a lot nicer and spruce it up a little. Or they could get rid of depth charge and the beach, and well, both sides of the beach, use that pathway down the middle as a little divider and make a brand new area or ride or roller coaster where that is. You could stick some new flat rides on here, as much as they already have so many of them, and make it some sort of chill out area with those flat rides as well. Or what is probably the easiest thing to do is to make a brand new coaster. I say easiest not thinking about the money, because it would probably cost the most. And my idea goes as follows. They have a lot of lift hill rides, especially now they've built Hyperia, and sometimes the lift hills last longer than the entire ride duration themselves. So my thought was, because you've got the two sides of the beach and that pathway down the middle, you could easily, on the bigger side, put two different launches, LSM launches, and make a multi-launch coaster that goes over the pathway and goes onto that other side, does some stuff there, comes back for a second launch, does some stuff on that side, and just keeps going back and forth. If depth charge were to stay, it would probably be even harder, but if they got rid of that, the queue line would be so easy to make. You could loop it around wherever you wanted to. And if they made it something like Icon, where it's not too tall, or even like Taron, where it's a little bit dug into the ground, I feel like you wouldn't lose too much of the sight line walking out the dome, but it would still look insane. They have a close relationship with Mac, or I don't know if the Intamin multi-dimension is happening at Chessington, and if Project Horizon is one, maybe the Intamin project sides and that relationship could come in. It's all a big game of ifs, but until we know, we don't. I swear to God, I said it last time, I need to make a t-shirt with that on. But this is where you guys come in, because I want you to comment down below your thoughts on everything that's happened, and what you think may go into this Amity Beach space if it does go by, let's say, 2026. Because right this minute, I have just decided to set myself the task of eventually in a video building a brand new coaster on that site and just seeing what I can make with it. So yeah, 1,000 likes and I will do just that. And if you want to see my previous video where I spoke about the brand new roller coaster that's actually coming to Chessington, then click here. It's quite interesting because it might be themed to Minecraft. So yeah. And if you aren't already, like I said earlier, subscribe. Thank you very much.